when I retired, I was looking for something intellectual to do, and somebody suggested that I join Brandeis University Women that supported the university at Brandeis. And their newspaper came out and there was a little ad and it says, needed people who speak Yiddish to work with senior citizens from Russia. So I said, that sounds like fun. So I put in my name and I worked with them for about 2 years. We were still snowbirds, so I only worked with them when I was here. And my mother would come with me, and she could speak a little bit of Russian, and it was a very interesting experience. They thought that Reagan was wonderful because he made it possible for them to come here. They got SSI, they were taken care of, and I said to one of them, what are you doing in Boca Raton? All the Russians are in Brighton Beach. Well, their children had come over before. Their children were working for IBM when IBM was a present, so this is where they came. And I wound up teaching other courses for Brandeis. I did Shalom Aleichem, The Man and His Times. I did Bintel Brief. I did Yiddish humor. And I got to be known as the Yiddishist in Brandeis. And then I had a conversational Yiddish group that I ran for about 5 years. And that, I think, was the most fun. I developed my own curriculum, and then I got a call one day from the bookstore that Brandeis owned down here, and they said, something came in, it's Yiddish, come down. And it was a loose leaf book that had lessons. It had grammar, it had dialogue, it had vocabulary, and it was all set up, and it followed one after the other. And they had a sale. They had marked the book for $5, and it was a 50% off. So for $2.50, I got all my lesson plans done, and people who understood Yiddish but would not speak, by the end of 2 years, were speaking fluently. And my mother was like my assistant, and her Yiddish was very, very good. And my favorite story about that is, for her 97th birthday, we took her out for a lobster dinner, and she got an attack of indigestion. She was in the hospital, and the doctor said to her, what is a nice Jewish lady like you doing eating lobster? You should eat gefilte fish. To which she says, I hate gefilte fish. So he said, look, I promised you that you would live to be 100, but not if you eat lobster. So she turned to shrimp. She lived to be 103, okay, with that. Now, we wanted to tell that story in Yiddish to my Yiddish conversation group. The word lobster was not in my English Yiddish dictionary. And my mother said, the word is rock. I've since found out that it really means shellfish in general. So I said to her, how did you know the word rock? She says, that was what my father used. I said, my Zayde knew from lobster. She says, he didn't eat it. He knew what it was. He was a caterer in Europe, and so he catered for both Jews and non-Jews. And so that was the way we did it.